Hello and welcome back everyone to my channel. So this is the first part of UPSC CSE GS-2 in which we are going to cover polity and governance. In polity, the first topic is Indian Constitution, which is nothing but the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework that demarcates fundamental political code, structure, procedures, powers and duties of government institutions. सो बेसिकली इसमें गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन के क्या ड्यूटीज़ है, पावर्स है और स्ट्रक्चर है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में बताया गया है. द हिस्टोरिकल अंडरपिनिंग्स ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिफ्लेक्ट इंडियाज डाइवर्स सोशल एंड पॉलिटिकल एक्सपीरियंसेस. बेसिकली हिस्टोरिकल अंडरपिनिंग ये बताता है कि इंडिया का सोशल और पॉलिटिकल एक्सपीरियंस क्या रहा है. रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट 1773 to Independence Act 1947, Constituent Assembly, Objective Resolution, Enactment and Enforcement of Constitution. Features: written, flexible and rigid, federal and unitary. Now parliamentary form of government, presidential versus parliamentary type of government. Presidential or parliamentary type of government is very important from the perspectives of mains. This you have to study in details. Amendments, list of significant amendments and their provisions, procedure for amending constitution. तो अभी तक जितने भी amendments हुए हैं constitution में, that you have to study in details and this is also very important. Significant provisions, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, judicial review, universal adult franchisee, single citizenship, separation of powers, then basic structure, the doctrine, judgments and cases. तो इसमें फंडामेंटल राइट्स क्या है, स्टेट पॉलिसी क्या है और जुडिशियल रिव्यू क्या है. फंक्शंस एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ द यूनियन एंड द स्टेट्स. 7th शेड्यूल, legislative functions, financial functions, administrative and quasi-judicial functions. So basically functions और responsibilities union और states के क्या है that you have to study in details. The issues and challenges which pertain to the federal structure and federal structure in India. So is India truly federal? So here in this topic you have to emphasize upon the federal features in the Indian Constitution. Then cooperative and competitive federalism. So here in this topic basically what is the difference in these two topics? Okay. And this, the cooperative and competitive federalism, this topic is very important from the perspectives of prelims and mains both. Then center-state relations. So here in this, we will talk about the legislative relations, administrative relations, financial relations, and the trends in center-state relations, and in the interstate relations too. So interstate water disputes, let's say there is a river and that particular river flows through two states. So what is the dispute of water to those two states? Okay, then interstate councils, public acts, records and judicial proceedings, interstate trade and commerce, as well as zonal councils. And this, like the first topic, which is interstate water disputes, you can find this topic under Article 262 and this topic under Article 263. Then emergency provisions and role of governor. So of a country there is a prime minister and president. For a state there is CM means chief minister and a governor. So okay, so the role of governor. Then reports of various commissions. So second ARC, Panchi and Sarkari and etc. So second ARC is very important from the perspectives of both prelims and mains. Moving ahead, devolution of powers and finances to the local levels and challenges. Therein the role of state government, then role of state finance commission. 11th and 12th schedule. So as we all know, there are 12 schedules in our constitution, so about 11th and 12th one. Then reasons for ineffective performance, Panchayat devolution index, steps that can be taken to improve their performance. And this is of course important from the perspectives of mains examination. Separation of powers between various organs. So the doctrine of separation of power, then separation of powers in Indian constitution. So basically how are the powers separated in the Indian constitution, then doctrine of checks and balances, provisions for checks and balances in Indian constitution, related judgments, Golaknath case, Kesavananda Bharatiya, Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narayan, Ram Javaya versus Punjab. Dispute redressal mechanism and institutions. So RTI, right to information, then PIL and tribunals, etc. Then comparison of the Indian constitutional scheme with that of other countries, parliament and state legislatures, structures and functioning, conduct of business, powers and privileges. So parliament means in this we have the president, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, all these things. Written constitution, blend of rigidity and flexibility, federal system with unitary bias, parliamentary form of government, then synthesis of parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy. Then integrated and independent judiciary, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties also. Secular state, universal adult franchisee, single citizenship, then emergency provisions, three-tier government. So these all are the parts of this. Then due process of law versus procedure established by law, impeachment of president and etc. Now this is the most important point from the perspectives of both prelims and mains. So of course do read about this topic. Then structure, organization and functioning of the executive and the judiciary executive union. So in union there is president, prime minister, council of ministers and cabinet secretariat. Where in state there is governor, chief minister, council of ministers and secretariat. Judiciary, so three-tier structure, Chief Justice of India and Supreme Court and High Court judges also. Ministries and departments of the government cabinet ministries. So other ministries, parliamentary secretaries. Then pressure groups and formal, informal associations and their role in polity. So what is their role basically in polity? Then characteristics of pressure groups in political parties, pressure groups in interest groups, types of it, functions, role and importance of it, techniques, methods of it and the pressure group in India. Then shortcomings of pressure group. About the salient features of representation of People's Act, appointment to various constitutional posts, appointment powers, functions and responsibilities of so the responsibilities of what? So the responsibilities of elections commissions, then Union Public Service Commission, which is also known as UPSC, then State Public Service Commission and Finance Commission, then National Commission for SCs and for STs also, then special officers for linguistic minorities, then Comptroller and Auditor General of India, and then Attorney General of India as well as Advocate General of the state. Then statutory regularity and quasi-judicial bodies such as Niti Aayog and RBI, National Human Rights Commission, State Human Rights Commission, Central Information Commission, Central Vigilance Commission, then Central Bureau of Investigation, Lokpal and Lokayuktas, and National Commissions for Women as well. Then we also have National Commission for Backward Classes and National Commissions for Minorities. These two topics are very important. Then Insurance, Regulatory and Development Authority, then Securities and Exchange Board of India. Then Competitions Commissions of India. Then Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, then Central Pollution Control Board, Medical Council of India, Inland Waterways Authority of India, then Central Groundwater Authority, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, then Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Then Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, Bar Council of India, then University Grants Commission, Financial Stability and Development Council, then All India Council for Technical Education, National Green Tribunal, Competition Appellate Tribunal, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal and Cyber Appellate Tribunal, Intellectual Property Appellate Board. So very important, all these topics. And that was it in polity. So we have covered everything in polity. Now because each and every topic is a little long and some topics are very lengthy, so that's why we have covered just polity in this part. In the next part we will cover governance, and the leftover topics we will cover in the upcoming parts. So till then, take care and bye bye. Stay updated too.